7 at-home side hustles you can try in 2024 and beyond, because simply put, not everyone wants to drive Uber. This first one's really interesting. Check it out. This is my website, yourdrivermight.com. I got courses and resources to help you in most any side hustle. I registered that website in 2020, like $11. Number one is flipping domain names, in essence, that website name. So the www dots, whatever it is, website name, buying those domain names and then holding them and then flipping them later on. Not only is it super semi-passive, I buy the thing once, I don't have to do anything, I just auto renew every year. By the way, speaking of, that's not even expensive. I use this website, Hover, you can use GoDaddy, you can use whatever you want here. So I just renew for $16, $17, not per month, but per year. So what domain names would you buy? Think about what's trending right now. Maybe something in the AI space. So I buy www. whatever, AI starter guide, AI first whatever.com, and then hoping, investing not a lot of money per year, that a company, investor, whoever it is, wants that website, and I'm going to sell it to them for a good return. To actually discover what's trending, you can use Google Trends, you can use Answer the Public, you can use SEMrush. They have some paid options, but there's a 7-day free trial. Number two, something that I just personally paid for, and I've paid for this in the past. I've hired out for this. So if you have this skill, you can do this from anywhere. If you have a computer, you can do video editing. You can be a graphic designer. Several ways to do this. And even if you have zero experience right now, let me explain how you can get experience quickly. You can charge, and what I've paid actually for a contracted editor, anywhere from $30 to $50 per hour. You can charge per project, or you could charge, let's say, a monthly retainer. So pay X amount of dollars per month as a retainer, and then I'll give you, 3-4 videos per month. How do you get started if you have zero experience? I am self-taught. So in my example, at least, if you have a MacBook, for free, it comes with iMovie. If you have a Windows computer, you can download DaVinci Resolve. You can download the Premiere Pro Creative Cloud per month. And what's cool about it is literally like this video right now that's teaching you something. That's pretty much what I did. I went on YouTube, iMovie for beginners, or 10 new tips for iMovie editing. And again, just change that for Premiere Pro, DaVinci, whatever you're going to use. You will be surprised 3 months, even 6 months, how much you've learned, and you'll feel comfortable enough to start possibly getting some clients. But even going bigger than that, from home, if you have an expertise in really most any niche nowadays in any industry, consulting, reaching out to clients. It can be one-on-one, or you could package it kind of like I do, again, with yourdrivermight.com, selling a digital product, course, workshop, worksheets, starter guides, stuff like that. Basically, what this stuff is doing, the workshops, the PDF guides, courses and stuff, is it's taking the vast amount of knowledge that you can obviously get on the internet and compiling it from a subject matter expert. You have proven experience and proven results. If you want to put this on a website, let's say, you can say, hey, I've been in this space for 10 years, or I've sold whatever, 500,000 of this product in this past year, or 30 properties I've flipped, whatever it is, right? That I have the experience. I'm saving you time from, I don't know the information on the internet. I don't know if it's actually valid, if it's going to work. You can look, but this is actually from someone who's done it and is where you want to be. How do I actually make the course? How do I price something like this, or consulting, right? Like per hour, whatever it is. Same kind of thing we just talked about. And this is basically, again, what I did. It's just doing your research, going online. It can be YouTube, it can be whatever else. Reading up on it, watching videos, and looking at comps or competition. What is someone in my space that I'm looking to enter or am in? What are they charging? What are they including? Maybe, frankly, sign up for that course, download the workshop, whatever it is, and look at their assets and the resources and say, hey, this I feel like is working. This I could improve on. By the way, to put some numbers on this, did you know the average US adult with a side hustle is making on average $810 per month from that side hustle? But that's just the average. And think about it, with clients especially, actually number 4 here, teaching a language. If I'm getting recurring clients, and especially let's say we're teaching a language here, that it might take them 1, 3, 6 months or more to really become fluent. So I'm getting recurring revenue. I can ask them for referrals. I can ask them for reviews, which is, again, going to look good on my website. Now, what about that though? So teaching a language, I'm also contending with, like I mentioned prior, free resources online. Like I could just type in how to learn English on YouTube and there's free resources. That kind of goes back to creating your own website, or really ideally creating your own presence on social media and using that as a lead generator for your business. Imagine creating a YouTube channel, let's say, that's teaching English with Kate, teaching Chinese with Chris, whatever it is. And you do offer some free content, like top 10, whatever, best things to learn when starting English, and you're creating free video courses there, or intros, let's call it, and then linking out to your website. Now, since we've migrated over from free content to, let's say, over to your website, then I'm going to have the digital courses, the products, the workshops that we talked about, or in this case, because we're talking about teaching a language for number 4, your, let's say, entire suite of courses or one-on-one offerings. Just remember with that, with anything that you're taking in clients per hour, that you only have so much time. So you can literally only cap out at a certain amount of clients. That's why I would encourage you to have some kind of workshop, digital products, etc. That, or you start scaling and building a team. For number 5, the website I'm about to show you says you can make up to $450 a month with this service. So that's basically half of what I already quoted if you just do this one thing. This is renting your space, and there's different options here. So let's talk about what that means, renting your space. It can be obviously just your space, a room, but we've heard about the Airbnb stuff and all of that. I'm talking about a high demand thing that's also less invasive than just sharing your entire home. It's just parking. There's different options here like SpotHero, but the one I'm talking about specifically is called Spacer. They say the amount you can earn is influenced by the location, of course, of your parking spot and the type you have, such as a driveway, indoor space, garage, outside space, or uncovered parking spot, just whatever you're sharing here. Now, they do say the pricing strongly depends on your city and location, of course, right? If you're in a smaller city, if you're not in the metro center part of your city, you're obviously going to probably make less here. They say, as a rough idea, the average host on Spacer earns around $200 per month for renting out their driveway. It's very semi-passive, but if you're doing 200, it's obviously not a ton of money. But again, you're not doing anything. And if you're looking to make at least $800 a month on a side hustle, pretty easy. But here's another thing though, it's commitment for that recurring income. Because Spacer says spots are rented an average of 8 months or more, giving you, again, consistent, reliable monthly income. That I like. Continuing, on average, our hosts receive a booking request and start making money within 2 to 3 weeks. So you're not going to wait that long, and hopefully you'll get a client. Just remember to compare, because I do that with any side hustle platform or app that I look at. So I would compare SpotHero, Spacer, or anything else that you find, because it's the same thing. So obviously you want the most money for it. Number 6, briefly touched on it, but it's something that I obviously do here. It's monetizing on socials. So there's a few things you need to understand. It depends on the platform. It depends on how they set up their monetization. For instance, you need to understand a few things with terminology. The CPM, the cost per mil, and the RPM, the revenue per mil. Mil just means 1,000. So revenue per 1,000 views in this case. And that usually is largely dependent on your niche. So here on YouTube, let's say we're talking about money like this, it's going to pay more than jokes, comedy, entertainment, especially for a younger demographic. Education, let's say, also paying pretty well on YouTube. But there's also monetization on Facebook. They've added it on TikTok. So if you can double or triple dip, if you can multi-stream, if you can post content across different platforms and get those platforms to monetize across those different platforms. And remember, ideally, using these platforms as well within terms of service as a funnel for your own business. So now I'm monetized on socials. I have my business, my product, course, service, website, whatever it is, and I have multiple income streams. And in this case, a lot of income streams that I'm doing from here. But there's also membership programs. So if you're building a following, let's say on TikTok, where the RPM, the revenue per 1,000 views, is quite low. Think like 60 cents per 1,000 views versus, I don't know, $5, $6, $10, $25 on YouTube. If the views aren't paying you money, then look at brand deals. Once you don't even need to build a huge following to start. If you have like 1,000 followers, you can reach out to brands. But membership programs as well. There's Patreon, there's a Buy Me a Coffee, there's integrated memberships like here on YouTube. There's memberships on TikTok, but those have commissions as well. So kind of continuing to talk about this, but having your own website, you can have your own monthly membership program on the Podia, on Kajabi, on whatever it is you're using to run your website. And what's nice is you're just paying, let's say, Kajabi per month, and there's zero commission on the memberships. You're keeping more from all of those monthly memberships. Number 7, though, maybe you just want to sign up for like a platform or an app that you can do from home. Like, that sounds great. I'm not trying to do all that. What's an app or platform I could just do from home? Let me help you out. There's things like Hamper, where you can wash people's laundry. Yeah, I know, but it's an at-home side hustle. There's Rover that, yeah, you have to go out a little bit. It's pet care, typically dogs. You can walk, kennel, just have quick stop-ins. You set your own rates, which is nice there. And yeah, you're going to have to leave the home, but it's not like I'm going to be on the road, restaurant delivery, and all of that. Now there's surveys, user testing, respondent, Swagbucks, Google opinions. Your results may vary, and a lot of these, it's going to take a little bit more time to get points to redeem for like a $5 or $10 gift card. And frankly, you'd make more money in like a secondary part-time job or some of the other apps, but you could do that. There's the FreeCash, which is just kind of like the surveys. It's some surveys, but it's testing of games. It's completing different tasks. There's KashKick, which is another one, just tasks, things like that. You redeem, you get paid. Again, though, there's contracted work. The Fiverr platform that I've used, paying graphic designers, editors, voiceover artists, stuff like that. There's eBay selling. There's Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Highly competitive. Which one of these 7 options makes the most sense for you for the best at-home side hustle?